That would be me.
Look who we're hanging with.
Jason David Frank.
Boom shakalaka.
Please do not change channel.
Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin' with Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thank you so much for logging on and tuning in. Truly, we're very sincere about that. I hope you hit subscribe. Come back over and over again. We've got artists, authors, filmmakers, set designers, cosplayers, creative minds of all kinds. And I'm here today at MegaCon Tampa Bay at the Tampa Bay Convention Center with Ray Tesi, the manager of Stage 9 Studios.
Hey everybody, how are you? Nice to be here.
What is Stage 9 Studios? That's what they're saying. They said, what is that? You know why? Because they're home right now on YouTube instead of here with us.
You guys should be here, and then you'd know.
You'd know. That's right. We met Ray at
MegaCon Orlando.
That's right.
Yes, absolutely.
And Ray was setting up the Enterprise original
Bridge
series
set.
bridge set.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what's here today.
Yep.
So if you guys find yourself in Tampa, come find us. Take a picture on the bridge. It's very cool.
And you can find Stage 9 Studios and the bridge set at various cons around the Southeast.
Correct.
So make sure you guys, we're going to put a link down below for the Stage 9 website so they can find out where you guys are headed.
Thank you, guys.
So that way they can find you. Stage 9 Studios.
So Stage 9 Studios is a suite of sets from Star Trek, the original series.
Wow.
It was originally started about 8 or 9 years ago as a series called Starship Farragut. And then about 5 or 6 years ago, it was taken over by Star Trek Continues. And you guys might know Continues from Vic Mignogna and all those guys. And they stopped filming in 2017. And somehow I got in touch with Vic, and Vic and I worked out an agreement.
What to do with the sets.
And so what we're doing now is that set has never been open to the public. So we're opening it up for the first time.
Wow.
We've already filmed a couple of fan films, one called Dreadnought Dominion, one called Ghost Ship, which is coming out on Halloween, which is when Ghost Ship should be coming out.
Fantastic, yeah.
And in October 19th to the 21st, we're having an open house, and it is a free, really open house for any fan that wants to come visit and walk through the sets. Take pictures in the captain's chair, take selfies in engineering. We have the bridge, we have engineering, we have the transporter room, we have briefing room, we have auxiliary control. We really have just about every set up the way you would have seen it in 1966 if you were at Paramount Studios.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What inspired you guys to want to build something for the public like that?
Well, I only got in now, sort of as the manager of the sets. Fan films have been around for a long time, and it's just fans who want to, make something that relates to Star Trek. A lot of people, even myself, feel like we should have been part of Star Trek, and we never got the opportunity. And originally, again, Starship Farragut started it out in St. Mary's, Georgia. And they built a bridge, they built a transporter room, a little bit of a corridor. And they filmed about 3 episodes out there. And then Vic Mignogna, Vic came in, had an idea that he wanted to do a Star Trek series. And so he purchased those sets and built out all the others in Kingsland. And he's done 11 episodes, and the way he described it was they were the last 2 seasons of the 5-year mission of the original series.
Because we didn't get those.
Because we didn't get those.
Okay.
And he concluded and brought everybody right up to that first Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Nice.
It's very cool. So when he was done in 2017, and I'd met him at conventions, but he didn't know who I was, I wrote him an email. And I said, hey, Vic, what are you doing with the sets now that you're done? Never expected to hear from him, never expected any sort of reply. And that afternoon, I got an email back from Vic, and he said, what do you have in mind? Now, I've been in business a long time, and if somebody says, what do you have in mind, you got to go back with more than one idea.
Absolutely.
So I came up with 3, and one of them was, why don't we just leave the sets where they are, maybe give it a new brand, and open it up to the public.
Okay.
And he called me. The heck, he called me. And we started talking, and we became friends, and he invited me up to see the studio, and, I nerded out and took my picture in the captain's chair.
I was going to say, how many times, now you're managing the set, now the set's there at the site, and then the traveling set for conventions and stuff. Now you're managing all that. How many times do you just kind of geek out and you go, all right, I got to go sit in a chair?
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time. You've got to sit in a chair.
Every time.
That's right.
In fact,
if you're managing a Star Trek set and you don't sit in the captain's chair at least once,
oh, you're not a Star Trek fan.
You're not enjoying it the way you should.
That's right. I mean, there are the ladders that you would normally see on the side, the Jeffries tube that you climb up. You got to do it.
You got
to do it.
Yeah. How many scenes that we all see growing up, right? Where they're in the Jeffries tubes and they're talking about what their next mission, what their mission is.
And if you think about it, I mean, we all know it. It's been around for over 50 years.
Yeah.
And we're all still fans, and we can all still kind of play in the sandbox.
Oh, it's incredible.
And we've, as I mentioned, I did my own, what got me into this was I always wanted to do something. And I had filmed a vignette called Starship Republic, but I did it in Oklahoma City at a place called Starbase Studios, which really doesn't exist anymore. And that's what kind of got me in the bug to do it. And that's what led me to kind of reach out to Vic and say, what are you doing with the sets?
Awesome.
And we reached an agreement, and January of this year, I became the manager of the sets.
Nice.
We're in a facility that's about 8,000 square feet.
8,000
square feet. I've grown up a fan, 52 years.
As a fan, what's your favorite, first of all, what favorite episode?
Well, see, you got top 5, but I'll put, but you got to put City on the Edge of Forever kind of on the side.
Okay.
Because that's the episode.
The episode.
But probably, boy, there's a lot. Probably Doomsday Machine, I think.
I remember that.
Doomsday Machine, and even Balance of Terror. And Balance of Terror is where it's like Run Silent, Run Deep.
Yes.
Of the Enterprise against the Romulans.
I remember. Yes. Okay.
So it's an interesting thing because I've seen them 100 times, 1,000 times.
Who's Ray's go-to character? Who's your guy?
I'm a Kirk fan.
You're a Kirk fan?
I'm a Kirk fan. I grew up wanting to be Kirk. Okay.
Everybody grew up wanting to be Kirk.
Everybody. You got it.
Everybody. You had to. Did you know? We were looking. Just a bit of trivia for Florida here, because we're in storm season right now. You never know what's going to happen up the coast, all the way up the East Coast. We send our prayers to all the cities up there that were affected by the last storm. We were looking down the alphabet. You know that the next K storm is Hurricane Kirk. Right?
No.
Yeah, I swear, my hand to God, it's true.
Now, it's either a good omen or a bad omen.
I was going to say,
but
depending on where you fall on that hurricane path, it's either good or bad.
Right.
That's right.
The only thing that would help us is that hurricane went to Iowa, because that's where Kirk was born.
That's right. So, and then they'd be a little more ginger, a little gentle.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
So, now are you fans all the way through the Star Trek series?
I have ones that I like more than others, but I've seen them all. I actually am a fan. I wasn't when it started, but I'm a fan of Discovery, the new one on CBS.
I did too. I was too. I said, the first couple times when it started, I thought to myself, it's great sci-fi. I don't know if it's great Star Trek.
Right.
And then a few episodes in, as you got comfortable with the kind of the multiverse that they created there, and I thought, okay, now I can see that a little bit, because we've worked. A lot of people don't realize in the Star Trek original series, they sort of, for the early 60s, they introduced the concept of the multiverse and multiple versions.
That's correct.
And
That's
so
correct.
It's not that it's not been undone before.
Correct.
I remember the only thing you had to do to be an evil twin was grow a goatee.
That's right.
Remember
That's
that?
Exactly
That's
right.
right.
That's exactly
and,
right.
And so it got better as it went on.
Yes.
It really did.
Yes.
And that they got renewed. So
yes.
And
if you've seen where they left off, season 2 they bring in Captain Pike and the Enterprise. So everything was a prelude to to a prelude to the original,
series. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. You know, because it was in the Captain Pike when they shot that pilot was too cerebral for the studios.
Yes.
They wanted Captain Kirk. They wanted
Yes.
the rough and tumble.
Yes.
So it will be interesting to see those years of Captain Pike more because we're used to that now. We had Picard. You know, we had Janeway. We're used to that more subtle captain.
Yes, that's correct.
So I think seeing Pike on the bridge
Yep.
will be more
Yep.
accepted now than it would have been in the 60s.
I agree.
So
100%.
that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
really does.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good question. We're at a convention, and in conventions, cosplay is, I mean, it's the thing
Right.
as you walk through here. Are Klingons and Romulans allowed on the set on the bridge?
So the answer to that is we are non-denominational.
Non-denominational.
Non-denominational. By the way, we invited the Empire, the Republic. Doesn't matter who you are.
Doesn't matter.
Come on board.
So
Come
that's
on
right.
on
So
board.
we got Klingons. You could have Romulans. You could be Federation officers, or you could be Jedi, or you could be stormtroopers. Anybody, non-denominational.
Yes.
If you like to sit on the bridge, you come and see Stage 9.
That's it.
That's right,
That's
man.
it.
That's
That's
fantastic.
exactly
Come and see
right.
Ray. Ray will hook you up with a great photo. What's the booth number here?
We're at K1.
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 And so if you happen to have been at MegaCon, you can check out booth K1. If not, you're going to go to the website down in the links below, and you're going to find Ray and Stage 9 Studios so that you can find out where they're going to be. I just got my picture on the set. We did the Facebook Live from the set.
Yes, you did.
The live video, I got to see it afterwards.
Yeah.
Way cool. Wait, and he had me do the whole, it was great. So.
And we have a lot of fun. You don't come up and just take a picture. We put you in a pose. We try to move you around. We have something we call
now
starship acting.
You guys are a part of a phenomenon that's fairly new to the convention circuit, and that's what's called set play. It's more than cosplay. It's a whole set.
That's interesting, but
and
yeah,
it's a
you're
phenomenon
right, I
that's
guess.
happening.
Yeah.
You have the Stage 9 set play. In MegaCon over here, we're going to talk to later on our good friend Cecil Grimes, who does the Walking Dead
Yes,
set play.
yep.
It's a growing phenomenon. It's an experience.
Yes,
It's no more than a photo op. It's an
is.
experience for the people who are
Yes.
at the convention. So
Yes, that's a great way to phrase
she's
it.
going to flash that card at me. That means we have to shut up.
Uh-oh.
You try to tell Ray and me to shut up at the same. What? Come on. All right, we're going to do that anyway, and we're going to say thank you to our partners and friends at Something Unique Magazine, Space Coast Comics, Famous Faces and Funnies, our great friend author Yvonne Mason at Off the Chain Radio, our friends at Pound the Grape in Melbourne, Florida, great little wine bar you can sit and dream up your next big thing. Embellish Effects, a fantastic cosplay and makeup store in Orlando, Florida. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Thank all of you for tuning in and logging on. Remember, everybody, stay tuned in, stay logged on, and see who we're hanging with next. Did you get it all?
Thank you.